Hello, guys.
Hello.
Welcome back to No For Real podcast. This is Yasmeen.
That's me clapping.
Oh,
How you doing?
Oliver, you reminded me of the poetry nights. That's how they clap. It's so cute.
It's like a gentle clap. Hello.
Yeah. We should go.
We'll
you
go
know
next
that
time.
one poetry place near here
No.
on Montrose? It's really cool.
No.
It's pretty cool. I'll show you next time.
Montrose is the cool area in Houston.
It's the only cool area, to be honest.
Yes. If you visit Houston and you do not go to an area called Montrose, you really have not seen Houston.
Yeah.
And I love that the city is spending even more money to fix it up. It's taken them years and ages and inconvenience to the citizens of Houston, but I'm excited.
And they decided to start fixing it once I lived in the area.
Yeah.
They really said, Sim stepped a foot. Construction people,
Let's go.
let go. Let's
So
start
true,
this.
though. They started
Yeah,
when you
wallah.
moved. That's
exactly
hilarious.
when I moved. So, it's not enough for me to see construction shit at work. I need to live it as well.
Exactly.
And
it's always
plus
with you.
the weekends.
It's so
yeah.
true. It's so
Yeah.
true. But I still love it. I don't care how long it takes me to get to Montrose. I still love it because of really, if you want food, there is food. If you want coffee, there is coffee. If you want pastries, there is pastries. If you want healthy vegan food, there is healthy vegan food.
Yeah.
If you want fattening food, there is fattening food.
Everything.
If you want to shop, you can shop.
Thrift stores.
Exactly.
thrift
You
stores.
can do
You know?
whatever you want in
Yeah.
Montrose and you will find it. And honestly, I feel like I get inspired seeing people walk in the street in Montrose the most in Houston because it's kind of a little bit of New York in Montrose, I think because we have a lot of thrift shops and we have a lot of creatives who live in the area, so you see a lot of different things.
I would have to say that, artsy stuff. It's here, and it's what's this called?
Museum District.
Third world.
Oh yeah,
ward.
East to Houston.
It's
downtown.
also very, very artsy. So I love these areas. Anywhere else, it's very
Blah,
very,
like any other big city.
no life,
Yeah,
nothing crazy. Just highways and trees and Barbie houses everywhere.
True.
So there is also very, very nice houses around here that are very custom and designed and stuff like that. So I love the area. It's very convenient too.
They're working on the
commute.
main street that I usually take to get to Simpson, so I try to go through the neighborhood. Ooh, the houses that I saw.
So nice.
Ooh,
I love it.
So cute, so beautiful. And what I love the most, it's not like builder floor plans, it's all custom building, which I love the most.
I love it too.
Please stop building as builders. I just love custom. Do build. Okay, it's okay. Build more housing, but let's make it all unique and custom.
That's what I miss about being from Iraq.
Or a small city.
The houses, were all very, very unique, and they were actually.
But they're taking that to Iraq.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to cut you off, but yeah.
Now they are, but I think back in the days, I left Iraq. I was 12 years old, so I'm still in that living those moments.
True.
And that's one of the biggest fears for me, not to go back home, is to not hate how it is looking or how it has developed, because I fell in love with architecture there, and I don't want to take away that image from my mind. But here it's all Barbie houses. There's very few areas that you find custom designs and people that actually appreciate architecture, because construction workers here or construction companies can do a house for you that is not the best, but it's at a much lower cost than an architect, because you pay for an architect's creative design process. For the construction, you really don't. They have catalog of homes that have been built over the past 20-30 years, and they just repeat the exact same things. So sadly, that's what we deal with here in the US.
And honestly, it saddens me that they're taking this idea and doing it elsewhere where this idea did not exist. Basically in the Middle East. We are from the Middle East. And I am seeing it now, especially in the past, let's say 4 years, 5 years. I have seen communities that are being built that are example of what's here, which is a copy paste of all the homes looking exactly the same. Things like that, where it's reminding me a lot of mass building that we see here and we do not like. I don't like mass communities. You know, master communities is not the best because all the homes are built very similar. Like if you walk into any of the houses, you can notice that they all share similar finishing, similar colors, the
Similar
designs.
floor plans.
Yeah.
They only have 2-3 floor plans, and they
Yeah.
just repeat throughout the entire.
Yeah. Basically affordable housing.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing it more in the Middle East, and I don't like that idea. I know it's a more affordable, yes, correct, but it also takes a lot from the real estate worth, you know, like the area worth. It takes its beauty, to be honest. Like, what's beautiful about seeing 17 houses that look the same? What's beautiful about that? Nothing.
Yeah, really, it's very, I don't know. It takes away from the history of the area, and I wish we take it as serious as European countries where they preserve their buildings the way they are.
Yeah.
And they spend so much money and effort, and they have appreciation and respect for architecture. I hope we start doing that in the Middle East and not just to copy things from the West world, because at the end of the day, yes, the Western world is way more developed and all of that, but not everything that they do is right.
Correct.
Because if you ask people that live in these communities here, they don't feel the joy that we feel when we walk outside in a neighborhood
Yeah.
that we have back home. When you walk outside back home, I don't know how to explain it, but you just see different materials, you see different vibes, you see people navigating through buildings differently from one another, and that just gives a beauty to the neighborhood that you're in. But here, everybody's like circulating and moving through the same buildings exactly the same way, and it doesn't really give it a unique look.
And I feel like
to
it
the
takes
area.
away from the sightseeing when you are living and driving and walking around the city. Like if you're seeing everything the same, what is sightseeing to you? Like I feel like we're taking the life out from life. Basically, we're becoming more gray, in my opinion. We're
Yeah.
becoming less colorful, less different. It's just like like boring gray. That's how life is becoming. And the fact that we enjoy traveling from the West to other places because we get to enjoy seeing different things. Like you said, if you walk in any street outside of the Western first world countries, you enjoy every step that you're taking because you're seeing things different, especially like South America and Europe.
Yeah.
They're not at that level. They like to preserve their culture. So any house that you walk in, you might see like a complete renovation and modernness from the inside, but the exterior is being reserved as historical. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
like they really do take care of that. And it is not cheap. I understand it's harder to reserve historical buildings and old buildings, but the reason it's more expensive because it has more value. So how about we preserve the value instead of destroying the value?
And
It's just like enjoy the interior. Everybody is inside. How about we make it pretty from the outside too?
yeah, and also like in Europe, in Italy, I forgot the name of the city, but there was one thing that went viral of the city selling houses in a specific city there for €1
Yeah.
only. And then they allow you a year or up to a year or 3 years, I can't remember. And you only have to spend about $30,000 to remodel the entire space and live in it, or you can rent it as well. But you can own it for €1, and the only thing that they require you is for you to remodel it and preserve the design of the city.
Yeah.
So this is how much they care, and they take it very seriously about keeping their architecture the way it is and actually respecting the code of the city, rather than here in the US. And I think it is also getting implemented in the Middle East. The code is only about ADA, or it's which is important. It's very
What is
important.
ADA?
ADA is disabled people access to buildings.
Okay.
This is very important. Actually, I take that back. This is an important thing to
But
take
we
care
can
of.
always add it. You know what I mean? You don't have to demolish something historical to add
you can
access.
always add it, but it's very, very, very hard to
Of
do
course, yeah,
actually,
yeah.
because the calculations for it times 3 or 4 a stair. For example, a ramp, you need like 3 to 4 times the space
True.
to create it.
True.
So it's a little bit more difficult, but you can always add an elevator, right? Some other ways, right, to just make it more accessible for people. But there are codes that just don't make sense to me, that I understand, like the fire hazards and all of that in the building, but sometimes we do too much to a point that you have to change a full design to fit one category that is very, very boring, and it can be done or fixed in other ways. And I feel like Europe and other countries are sorry, what did I say? Europe and like some other Asian countries, they take that more seriously, and they really like focus on design rather than just implementing the codes. And that's what's limiting design here in the US, and it's going to be limited in the Middle East as well, is code. Because what code does is really it limits your creativity, and it benefits the city and the construction companies to gain more money, because they make everything much easier and accessible and affordable, but they end up making way more money than the designer.
So their net is higher.
Yes.
It's the consumer is making them more money because they're spending less money on designs. So they can price it however they want to, and the margin in profit is a lot higher when you're doing cheap labor.
Yeah.
Basically.
And I wish we'd start respecting the job of the designer and the architect and whoever is the civil engineer as well, because they do spend a lot of time and effort. Them doing it on a computer or printing it on a paper doesn't make it any less important than the building process. Actually, the building is much easier mentally. I hope people start understanding that construction work is very, very hard physically, yes, but they have all the solutions,
And
they
tools.
have everything giving to them, and they just have to follow it and make it happen. It's a lot of physical work, it's hard, yes, but they don't have to do the mental work, they don't have to do the calculations, they don't have to deal with all the code restrictions. So it's very, very hard, and I really, really hope that one day in the US and in other countries that are implementing the US ways of building start respecting that aspect of building, the design aspect.
Yeah, I
But,
hope so.
yeah.
It adds a lot of beauty to the city.
Yeah.
But how are you? How's life?
Life is lifing.
Yeah.
This week was crazy.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit, but I was not feeling good at the beginning of the week. So I was having headaches and stuff like that. And I had to call my sister and tell her, she works at a hospital. And she was like, please just come here, just do a CT scan just to check, there's nothing, you're not going to lose anything if you go check. I go there and I regret it immediately. Everybody was screaming. Everybody was throwing up. Everybody was on the ground. It was just a shit show.
It's just a hospital.
Yes. But I haven't seen this in a minute,
Wow.
So I stayed there for 7 hours. They gave me a medication that I don't know. I felt it, like I tasted it immediately as soon as they given it to me. And I choked a little bit, and apparently that's an allergic reaction. The nurse left me and walked away. Yeah, they were just like, you're good, and they left. And the next time I was
They
like,
messed you
please,
up, basically.
yeah, I was like, excuse me, I need help. And yeah, the nurse was like, I'm busy right now. I'll be right back. And they walked. I was like, what is going on? So yeah, I got really cold. I got the chills. And I was like, I need the discharge papers right now. So I asked the nurse for the discharge papers. And I was like, I'm going to dip. I gotta go.
She's like,
I was
guys.
not feeling good still to leave. But I was like, I would rather be out in the streets, not feeling good, than be in this place. Because I was there for 7 hours. I was fed up. I was like, I cannot do this anymore. And other than that, there's nothing. I'm just doing artsy stuff the entire week. That's
The
all.
minute I walk into a hospital, I get sick. Like the
No,
light
that's a
and the
legit
smell
thing.
of the hospital makes me sick. It's one of like I pray every day that God keeps me away from hospitals because I literally cannot. I do not like the environment whatsoever. Like I absolutely hate it. It's the most disliked probably environment to me. And the fact that here in the States, if you go to the emergency room, they keep you there for hours to a point that you walk in not sick, you get out sick. You know what? Like exhausted and sick, and you never go back. You don't want to go back. I don't know if it's like a method that they want to use so you don't go unless it's serious, or there's
it's
something going on wrong with the process.
It is a studied. It really is a studied. Because I was like, girl, why did you even go? It was
See?
not even that emergency. Just because my sister wanted me to do a CT scan to make sure there is nothing wrong with me.
The thing is, sometimes it is better to go when it's not an emergency because you can find out early if there is something. But they make you hate that decision that you take when they keep you for hours and hours and hours in the hospital. Oh my God. And you see everybody running, and like there is no reason for you to stay there for hours, you know?
Yeah. There was one lady that would not stop saying, this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable.
Which is true.
And she would point at things that are not there. So I'm like, girl, what's going on? What is not acceptable? Please come here. Let's talk about it. She would not explain. I was fed up. I was so tired. I was like, I gotta go. This is not the place for me.
Maybe everything that they were doing to her was unacceptable.
Nobody was doing to her anything. She was chilling, actually. They got her a hot blanket. She was chilling, living her best life. I was the one that was sorry because I had to hear her saying this is unacceptable.
Yeah, but I hope that everybody stays away from emergency rooms and hospitals.
Yeah,
and
never again. Never
Yeah,
again.
really.
Unless it's absolutely emergency and I cannot wait. I'm never going back there again.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
It's always busy. I remember one time I went to the emergency room and it was such a quick experience that I was shook for like a whole year, not gonna lie. I walked in and it only took 40 minutes, but it was also 3 a.m. And I went to the hospital and they just gave me like probiotics, painkiller, and they got me out. But I was so happy it was so quick. I didn't even question anybody. I was like, yeah, the quickest,
That's so good.
the better.
Was it late at night, you said?
It was late at night, like it was 3 a.m., 4 a.m., something like that. But I was so happy it was quick. But again, I've been to hospitals and I know when they keep you there, you literally get sick. Even if you weren't sick, you will get sick. And you will never go back.
It is mental. Like you start,
And you can't leave till they discharge you. Basically, they hold you hostage till they discharge you. Or
Well, they don't even check. I was gonna leave. I swear, I was like, I'm not having this. But I just needed to make sure that they take the IV off of me.
exactly.
I was like, come get this off so I can leave. But yeah, it was.
We also went to a fashion show. It was
yeah.
kind of my first fashion show in Houston after COVID. Like I really never went to a fashion show after COVID, and especially in Houston.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was very short, very cool to see Houston faces.
Yeah, it was to the spot. It was cute.
Yeah, I like the Post. It's a space here in Houston called Post to Houston.
Yeah.
The spot is it, you know. So of course it was cool. What did you think about the designs?
I liked it. I liked one detail, the back
Same.
tie. It was very. I haven't seen something like that specifically because it wraps around your shoulder.
Yeah.
And then you tie it. Normally, it's like a strap and then you just tie it in the back.
Yeah.
This one, it doesn't really go on your back. It just like rounds around your shoulder, and there's like a thin strap that you just tie. It was cute, and it looked very, very comfortable. And I love when I can see like a chic design, but I could also feel like
It's
the
comfortable to
person
wear.
is feeling comfortable wearing it.
I agree. It was very
Um,
simple, very
yeah.
cute, very demure, in my opinion.
Yes, very, very. It was,
And I like it when they do ready to wear.
yeah,
It's
it's
very
cute.
cool.
It was cute. To me, this was my second one because
In
I
Houston?
went, yeah, I went with the one with
How
Trisha
was the
before.
first one that you went
The
to?
first one was really cool. I loved
Yeah.
it. It was, we went because Trisha, my friend, was a set designer for something there. And it was actually a guy that we saw
Yeah.
at the post. Um, the whole set design was really cool. It was like pebbles
Yeah.
and just white chairs all over, and you could like hear the models walk. You know, I love that. I just pay attention to small details like
I
that. It
love
was cool.
gravel, to be
Yeah,
honest.
that was really nice.
Sounds really good.
And the actual designs were really, really, really cool. So the brand is called No One's Ordinary.
Okay.
And they just have a lot of cool leather pieces, and it was like printed on leather.
Cute.
The brand is printed on leather, and it was cool. It was really nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like our fashion scene here in Houston is very limited, very small. In general, in Texas in general.
Yeah, I wish we have more because it's a big city, and there are a lot of people I feel like here that actually appreciate fashion
True.
and wants to work in that industry.
True.
But we just don't have that access to it as much as like New York, for example.
Yeah.
So we have to like literally people that are interested in it have to
They
move
have
to
to
New
move.
York,
Yeah.
or they have to constantly travel there to be able to work in
Yeah.
fashion.
It's true.
And I hope that one day Houston gets as big as New York.
I
I'm
hope
seeing
so.
it more
Yeah, I
recently,
hope
to
so.
be honest.
Yeah.
So it's exciting actually.
Yeah, because like we can definitely be like Europe, you know, small states have
Yeah.
like big fashion districts, and we can be like Europe because Europe, they have a lot of cities that is concentrated on fashion. And I know that people care about fashion there more, but I feel like here people are very great consumers as well. Like they just don't,
Yeah.
they just need I don't know, they need the same attention that Europe is getting, the small
Yeah.
cities in Europe that has been in fashion for years, since the 90s and the 80s.
But
They're
that's
known
how they
as,
got
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So
It took years.
it doesn't
but-
matter like when they start, as long as they start. Like if you think
Yeah.
about Tokyo, they started in 2001. It's only been 23 years.
Yeah.
But they have their own fashion week now.
Yeah.
So small cities can still do that, and Houston is not even a small city. Houston is
It's-
one of the biggest,
Yeah.
like metropolitan cities here in America. So I feel like it's very important for us to have fashion weeks that are as important as New York Fashion Week.
Of course. Yeah.
And I hope really the US pays more attention to that, because consumerism here is very big. I feel like American economy moves the world, you know, not just America.
Yeah.
Like if America consumers stop shopping from other countries will not have, you know, income.
True.
But that's what I really pray to see, because I also feel like here in America it's very hard to grow in fashion. I tried so hard here as a teenager. I was in modeling. Our fashion weeks were good, but also very small comparing to other cities in Europe. Like they don't get the same attention. And people here are amazing, honestly. You find the most unique, creative people in the States because we have a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
And we do have a lot of resources. So you find those people that have creativity, but of course you need a huge funds, you need media, you need support from big companies for you to grow.
But maybe because they don't have that pressure of the big cities, they stay at that level of creativity and uniqueness. Because larger brands, now they start copying each other
So
because they're
true.
at much higher pressure and stress level.
sell.
Exactly. So they start copying each other, or one of them does something unique and it leaks through someone,
You are right.
and then everybody starts doing it.
I noticed that with accessories, bags, shoes,
Yes.
accessories.
Shoes? Oh my God. Shoes, everybody start copying everyone.
And bags.
Yeah.
Like how the bag is cut.
shape,
The
true,
shape
true.
is so, like you find it in so many brands that are all doing the same thing, but a little bit different.
Yeah, the
But it's-
size,
yeah,
the you know, the opening a little bit, but
Yeah.
everything is the same. True.
You are so right. So
yeah.
if you have a favorite brand, you can definitely find everything that you want that other brands have. It's
Yeah.
true.
That's why I don't. It's not really worth it today to get something from name brands. It's much more worth it to me to find small artists and designers and buy from them, because it is that one piece, you know, that it is just one that you cannot find anywhere else.
Yeah.
And one of my biggest fears is that one of my favorite designers tend to like
Stop.
be like
Oh,
that
okay.
in the future. Like I said that before, I love Martine Rose, and I am really like seeing them grow is cool.
Yeah.
But I feel like one day they will get to that point where everything's gonna be looking alike, even though their pieces are like recycled and it's like one of a kind,
Yeah.
and they just make very limited edition pieces. But I hope not. Like I hope those art like designers like that, I hope they stay authentic and true to themselves, and they don't get dragged in the larger
production and
exactly
mass,
in the
yeah,
larger
trends.
brands idea of just having to produce and not really have any quality in a piece. Because for example, Chanel, before, the bags are worth way more than the ones that they're just releasing right now.
So
you know,
true. The quality is
Yeah.
so different. This is why also people try to buy the vintage ones, not the new ones, because they know the quality of the vintage ones is way better, and they know that it was more of a careful creation. Now it's like mass production. They just want to sell, but they price it even higher.
Yeah.
Like even people who have money and they can afford brand new ones, they go and
Yes.
buy vintage ones because the vintage ones are made in a better way, basically.
it doesn't make sense to spend way more money on a piece that you know it's made in China,
Yeah.
and they just go take it somewhere else, and they add a little accessories to it, and they put the logo on there, well, made in Italy.
What
Don't even.
didn't we like see the Dior tote bag, and people were saying that it was costing Dior like $56 to make. Like people literally found the factory that makes them and how much they charge Dior for the bags, the tote bags that have been like trending for the past 4 years and everybody carries them. It cost Dior 50 something dollars. They sell it for like $3,000. And some designs actually sells for more. So
That's about 98% profit. That's
insane.
That's crazy.
insane, for real. And also, like the other day, I was watching a girl, like in the reels. She took her sandals back to, I think it was Dior, yeah, Dior, to fix her sandals. And she broke them within like 6 months of wearing them. And they're like, oh, we can recommend shoe hospitals and things like that, but we don't fix it. Yet she spent like over $1,000 on a shoe. At least have some warranty on shoes, or like, you know, leather goods and accessories. But I don't know. Like
Yeah,
how
that's
people
that
are-
doesn't make sense, because if you go, it's not a fair comparison. But if you have glasses and you go to a specific shop that you bought them from, they give you a warranty, and they always are responsible to fix it for you under a year, right? We're not telling you a lifetime warranty.
Yeah.
But if it gets broken under a year, then that says something about your product.
It's true.
Because if it was it heel?
No, it was actually sandals.
Okay,
So
that's
leather
insane.
just broke. Yeah.
Was she like running a marathon
And
in
you
it?
can
It's just
see
a
that
sandal.
the shoe is not even used a lot. Like
Yeah.
you like when she showed it to the salesperson to ask if they can fix it, you can see that the shoe is not even worn badly. You know, it's a normal wear and tear, and yet they don't have any warranties on it. And I was like, what? I didn't know that Dior does not have any warranty on anything.
Does Hermes not have any warranty?
I don't know, but I remember purchasing from YSL on like a wallet, and they have like warranty on it. So I guess it depends on the brand. Not all name brands and big brands and luxury brands don't have warranty. Some of them do, some of them don't. So you just have to be asking. Like, I wouldn't really purchase anything just because it's a name brand. Ask how are you taken care of as a consumer,
Yeah.
because you're not spending small amount of money. It's luxury at the end of the day.
Unless to you that money doesn't really matter, but like to
That's
most
nasty.
people,
It's
to
not
most
cute.
people, it would matter. You know, it's a lot of money on a bag that, you know, nowadays we have, like Thuraya said, we know that these bags are not made 100% like by one person, and it's been taken care of, and it's a really good quality of leather. It's made in factories, just like any other bag that you buy from Forever 21 that is $24.99. This exact same bag is costing them $60, and they are making 98 to 99% profit from it,
True.
selling it like with a crazy amount of money. So now I'm curious. I want to know if Hermes has warranty. I'll Google that later on, and I'll let y'all know. Because if you buy a bag that is like 20, 30, sometimes they have bags that are $100,000.
True.
And
I
if
heard-
imagine if it doesn't have warranty.
And I think with Hermes, you can't buy leather purses unless you already have a history with the
Yeah.
brand.
Yes.
Even if you have the money to purchase it, they don't just sell it to you. You have to build a history with the brand, unless you want to buy it vintage, which I would recommend. Honestly, always shop vintage accessories. They're
Yeah.
nicer, they have more life, and you can find some clean pieces that are also an investment, you know. But I don't call them investments, to be honest. That's a joke. Even if they go up in the price, you can still invest somewhere else. Like, come on, you're gonna use it. What if something is spilled on it?
Yeah.
What you gonna do? Is that an investment? No, you just destroyed an investment. You can't invest in things that air can go underneath it. Okay?
Yeah.
These are accessories that you wear, enjoy, and it's a gift for yourself because you deserve it. But I don't like to be robbed, so for me, I like to buy vintage, unique pieces in purses. Even if, like, honestly, I was able to buy things that are brand new, but I always go to vintage. I don't know why. My heart cannot.
It's nicer. You know, you can know that this piece, there are very few pieces of
Yeah,
it. It's
yeah.
unique, right? And if it is in a good condition, it's good for the environment. You are literally recycling something that could have been in a landfill. Hi, Rita.
That's Rita dropping something.
Yes, she dropped the box. Anyways, that could have been in a landfill, so you can just like help the environment also. And
Trust
I
me,
don't-
they're nicer.
yeah,
They're nicer. Especially Fendi, a lot nicer. Coach, a lot nicer. Dior,
Coach, yes, Coach,
a
oh my
lot
God.
nicer, bro. The vintage styles were a lot nicer. The cuts are nicer. I just like them more.
the
to be honest.
patterns.
Yes.
Now it's so ugly. It's just like a leather, all same color, boxy, and it just has the brand name in the middle. That's it. Before I'm just speaking of Coach. The patterns, they were so nice. The colors. Okay, Rita, now come on.
Rita is gonna flip the
Rita.
house over. You know, Ali, my brother wants to get a cat, and every cat owner told him not to. So he was telling me that every person he asked was saying, "No, don't get a cat, don't get a cat." So
Why?
he changed his mind. They're telling him she's like, cats are always moody,
Yeah, they are.
and Ali's not about that life. So he's like, "Nope, I can't." And they also need more attention since their litter box needs to be cleaned. Ali does not do that.
Actually, they need way less attention
I
than
know
a
that
dog.
I know.
Yeah.
But since we have a dog and he sees like
Yeah.
the amount of time that we spend on the dog,
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh no!" And I was telling him it too. I was like, "Don't get
Yeah.
a cat."
I
So-
never actually. I would say yes, get a cat because They are way less work. I'm the person that I don't keep up with. If I had a pet, and I never really thought that I was gonna have a pet one day,
Yeah.
but Rita kind of happened coincidentally, and I'm so glad it's a cat, not a dog,
Yeah.
because the dog is so much. You have to walk
So
them,
much
you have to
attention.
feed them. A cat, you just put her food, her water, and her litter box, right?
True.
You clean it every other day, and that's it, right? She
Yeah.
even cleans herself, and she take care of everything. You just take her to the vet every 3 or 6 months, depending, and that's it. Cats are very, very easy actually to deal with. They are moody and they are a little bit bitchy, I'm not gonna lie, but you just leave them alone when they are doing
I'm
that.
just glad somebody changed his mind and we don't get another pet at home because Coco is definitely enough, you guys. I'm not a pet person and I don't think I will ever be a pet person.
That's what you said about Coco,
I'm
though.
too attached. No, I'm too attached to Coco, but she's going to be the last and the first pet. Like the first pet and the last pet. I don't want to
Yeah,
have
okay,
another
you
pet.
say that.
We'll see.
You say that.
No, literally, I'm not a pet person.
I know you are not, and
Yeah.
I'm not about that life to take care of a pet. I love
Yeah,
pets,
they
but
need
I
care.
never thought I was gonna have one. But you never know. You never know, really.
Yeah.
I wanted it to kick Rita out of the house the first day she was there. As soon as I stepped, my mom called me when I was at school, and she was like, "I got 4 cats because there were 4 at the beginning." I was like, "Oh my God!" And she knows I hate cats. I hate cats.
That's hilarious.
So she opened the FaceTime, and I was like, "I better come back home and not see them there. I don't want to see them." I came back home, and they were in a box, all sleeping. They were very tiny, and I opened the box, and they all are sleeping except Rita. She looked at me, and she got pissed off that I opened up the cover and let the light in, and I fell in love immediately.
Oh, so cute.
I picked her up, and she was like biting my fingers.
When she was
So
tiny.
cute.
She
So
was like this
cute.
big.
Yeah,
really,
no,
like,
literally, she was like
Hand size.
yeah, she would like fit in one hand.
So cute.
And yeah, she was my everything ever since. I love her so much.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Honestly, Rita is a cute cat. I can't deny it. She's cute, but she is moody. So, and I don't understand her. Sim does.
and I sometimes
It's your
like
pet, so.
they say that she starts acting like the person.
Oh shit.
So that's why we understand each other. I just leave her alone.
That's cute.
And if she wants to cuddle and I don't want to cuddle, she comes up to me and I have to cuddle her because she'll
That's cute.
get pissed. But if I want to and she doesn't want to, then I have no other choice. I cannot come near her.
You know what I did last weekend? I went to a florist shop and I did a bouquet for the first time ever. And honestly, you guys, it was hard. Just like arranging flowers, I did not know that arranging flowers in a bouquet and tying it is that hard. It took like several tries for me to like it like 50%, not even too convinced in it.
Yeah.
But the florist did it like this, and I was like, "Whoa,
She's
it
good.
looks so good." We were using the same flowers. Hers were something else. Hers looked something
Professional.
else. Exactly.
Yeah.
But honestly, I really enjoyed it. The place was filled with trees and greenery, and it was so alive. Like I could stay there for hours, and I was enjoying it so much. And I'm really loving that idea that a lot of coffee shops are trying to bring a lot of trees into like interior. They play with trees instead of furniture. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Instead of artwork. Like it's okay to have artwork, but they're concentrating more on greenery.
Yeah.
First of all, you have a cleaner air.
Yeah.
And it looks so alive and relaxing. And it looks like you are sitting in a jungle, which
Yeah.
I love the most. It's just like, I love that experience. And I was telling Sim that we should definitely do it again when it's something different.
Inshallah.
Because like she doesn't do just bouquets, like she does arrangements for other things,
Yeah.
But the minute I got home, I opened the arrangement and I put it in vases. And I got 2 different vases, honestly, from the same flowers. Like each one looked completely different vibe, which I was excited. I like vases more
So
than bouquets,
cute.
like, hand bouquet.
Yeah, it looks really good, and it's so pretty, and I think it's very, very. It takes a lot of creativity, and it takes a lot of time,
And understanding each flower
yes,
too, because like
the way
some
you
of
open it, the way
yeah,
you arrange which one you put right next to the other, and the
exactly.
colors and the color scheme overall. It's hard.
It
It's
is.
a lot of work.
But it's so relaxing. Like
Yeah,
you enjoy it so much. I don't play with the flowers a lot, to be honest with you
I
guys.
love
But I feel
flowers.
like the more I play with flowers, the happier I am. So maybe I should play with flowers more.
I love
And I'm really
flowers.
upset that we don't come from like again, in the Middle East, we don't have appreciation for flowers.
No, we
I
do.
don't think so.
Thuraya, we do. What do you mean? There are flowers, veins, and things everywhere. Every house had one.
True,
And we
but
do appreciate it and we water it and we take care of it and we make, we
true,
do.
true, true, but in not in a way where I don't know. Maybe I was too young to pay attention. Let me
Yeah.
just not judge my youthful existence in the Middle East as it's my picture. You know, it's not a correct picture, to be honest with you.
I honestly I was surrounded by flowers because in the area that we grew up in, we had a lot of veins around the walls to separate one neighbor from the other.
We did too.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it just had a bunch of flowers. And then I remember my dad we used to walk, me and him, and they were a specific flower that is made up of smaller flowers. You know which ones I'm talking? I don't know the name of it in English or in Arabic, honestly. But I loved that one. So my dad, me and him used to walk sometimes, and he would like help me get some, and then jasmine flower, even though I was allergic to it, and we would just put it in a small vein. I
So
love
cute.
flowers. It was so
I think what I meant to say is like
refreshing.
we plant flowers, but I don't like I never did any arrangements or put flowers in vases in like back home. We only planted them in the backyard and in the front yard. Like I don't know. And in the inside the house actually my mom had like a lot of trees, like the place that I
Yeah.
showed you. Like the one that I went to cuz my mom was
Yeah.
obsessed with like greenery and stuff like that. I'll take my my comment back. Never mind you guys. In the Middle East, we love flowers.
We do.
We really do. Actually, obsessed.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I used to go to my grandma's house, and she would always have a vase and something else for fruits.
So cute.
So a vase she would have her flowers in, and then the vase would always have cucumber and apples,
Okay.
red apples and cucumbers. I don't
Okay.
know. She was very specific with it, and every time I would go, it would be very, very fresh and a different type of
Oh,
flower. So yeah, I love her, and it was so cute. Her
so
vases were
cute.
very cute too. It was like a crystal. You know which one I'm talking
Of
about?
course I know.
Yeah, it's so cute. I love it.
Arabs
Oh
love a
yeah.
crystal.
Yeah, oh my god. It's the shit.com.
And Asian
Yes.
stuff.
And there is one thing that they call the Chinese what do you call it? The Chinese set?
I have no
It is the
idea.
Chinese set. It's like dish sets and like
Yep.
it's like one of like it's the highest quality of dishes that you could ever get. It's white and it has like florals
Is
or
it
it has
something
like
with a V, right? It has a V in it or something like that?
no, it's called Chinese set.
Okay.
Slini.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but it's so I don't know how to explain. It's very elegant, and it has like some of them has like gold outlines,
True, true.
detailing, or silver. I used to love the silver ones more.
Yeah.
It was so cute. And then some of them have like fruits painted
True.
on them
True.
or grapes and other stuff. It was so cute. I just love stuff from back like old days.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
I feel like it's a trending too. A lot of people, and not a lot of people, but some people who love the environment are trying to recycle
I hope
everything, you
so.
know?
Yeah.
And you really can. It's not impossible. We have so much already that has been produced that we can definitely recycle and refurbish and use them in different ways.
Definitely.
But again, like we are also becoming lazier as a society. So, like,
Sadly.
we rather purchase something brand new because, first of all, it's easier to find, it's cheaper than buying something that is vintage and we have to do a little bit of work to refurbish and make it cute again, or
Yeah.
reserve it. What else? I cooked pasta 2 days ago. And I haven't cooked pasta in like 2 weeks, y'all.
Was it
I'm
good?
serious. Yes. But I also,
Yum.
I'm trying to stay away from pasta, bread, and carbs, not a lot of carbs. I'm trying to eat like good nutritionist food, but just cut away from carbs because I'm trying to have my 6 abs visible. Sometimes they go away if I eat a lot of carbs, but I was so happy with my pasta. I was mesmerized.
Cheesy?
It was cheesy.
Oh,
It was
love
cheesy.
it.
I added cheese on top of it and I put it in the oven and I let it crisp.
Oh,
Yeah, I haven't done that in such a long time, to be
I love
honest.
that.
Yeah.
My favorite, I don't know what's the name of it in English, but my favorite, I think it's the same thing. My favorite meal ever is bechamel.
Bechamel.
It's so good.
It's really
once you
good,
said you
y'all.
put cheese and you put it in the oven,
Yeah.
it's literally pasta and
White sauce.
white
White creamy
with
sauce.
cheese. The best ones is not just the ready ones that you buy.
The
My
ones that
grandma
are
used to do it with the flour. Oh my god, it's so
Flour
good.
and milk powder
so
and
good, so good, so
cheese.
good.
And it's like thick, creamy.
Yes, yes.
And some people like add beef or like chicken.
Chicken is the best one.
I love the chicken
And
too. The shredded
green
chicken.
Yes, green peas.
Yes.
And then carrots. It's so good. And then you put everything
You can
together.
put mushrooms
you
too.
put them, you put them in layers. And then my grandma used to make it with cauliflower.
Ooh.
So good. I regret not eating as much as possible. Wallah.
I've never
Rest in
tasted
peace.
one
She
with
had the
cauliflower.
best bechamel ever. And then she would put cheese on top of it. And then she would and it used to be the Kraft cheese. She would like
I
shred
can
it
literally
herself.
imagine it and taste it.
So good. So good. She was the best person I've ever had this meal from in my entire life.
So good.
So yeah, and then when she gets it, she would always get me the center because it's crispy, but it's also very juicy. The juiciest
so true.
one.
It's only crispy
And
from the
she
top.
she would give me that one because she knows it was my favorite. I love that.
You cannot go wrong with pasta. And
Yeah.
if you go wrong with pasta, you literally cannot cook anything.
This is like when I first started cooking, I learned with pasta. It's the easiest thing that you can start learning with. And the hardest part is the sauce. And it just takes you time to actually perfect the spices and all of that.
True.
You
True.
can, if anybody doesn't know how to cook, you can start with pasta. It's the easiest thing ever. And you can work your way gradually into learning like, I don't know, grape leaves and other crazy stuff
So
that we
true.
do.
So true.
But pasta is forever my favorite
yeah,
thing ever.
me too.
I love it.
Pasta
I
wins.
love it. Yeah.
For sure. We also tried a new place, me and Simsim, yesterday actually. We went to a place called Lava Lounge, and we were so duper excited to try their food, but it was so blah. Like, honestly, they couldn't even perfect a dressed French fries. Like, literally, they had all
Yeah, I
the
didn't
dressing
like
that
it.
do not match with the French fries. Like, who would? Why?
I didn't like it.
Why?
Also the garlic sauce, it was sharp, tasted like soap mixed with garlic. You know what I mean?
I didn't like anything. I
There's-
didn't like the French fries, and we ordered like chicken, beef, and I don't know. Even their tabbouleh was bad, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, as a Middle Eastern place, making tabbouleh bad, you are on crack. I don't know what to tell you. I'm
The
sorry.
hummus was fine.
The hummus was okay. It was fine.
Yeah.
Like it was.
It was the best
good.
thing.
It was
maybe.
good. Yeah. The beef on the hummus was not good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just disappointed. So
Yeah.
now I know that we should never change the
I'll
things
give
that
them.
we think.
I'll give them another try with different things, like not food, maybe pastries, maybe drinks.
But we did say though,
Yeah.
the place looks very successful in a steady environment,
Yeah.
chilling environment. To be fair, it looked like a place that you would go in and have drinks
And
and
chill.
dessert and hookah, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? We made the mistake thinking that it's a good
Honestly, yeah.
food. Some places they might be great.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be mean, but like they might be good in one thing, not the other. You can't
I
do
agree.
everything at once.
I agree.
So maybe they should get a feedback on.
In
not
my
making
opinion,
food.
the smaller the menu, the better the restaurant. The smaller the menu, the better the restaurant, because they're gonna perfect the small things. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like, I'm sure there are exceptions to the rule, but this is what I usually find. The smaller the menu, the better the food.
Yeah, I mean, look at In-N-Out. Only
true.
3 types or 4 types of burgers. 3, I think, only.
I think so.
And 3 milkshakes and the other sparkling drinks.
That's why
Nothing
they made
else.
it so
Fries.
big. Yeah.
So big, so good, always fresh. It's not like a crazy out of the world, but it's always so fresh to the point, just like Chick-fil-A.
True.
It's simple to the
Also
point.
limited menus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was a big menu, not gonna lie. It was
yeah,
so big.
it was too much. I was so lost. The drinks, oh my god, so many drinks. I was like, what's going on? But at the end of the day, I saw a lot of people with a lot of drinks and
I
desserts.
like the
So they
ambiance.
probably
I like the ambiance. I
Yeah, I
felt
did
like it was
too.
busy, but we were also private at the
Yeah.
same time, you know?
Yeah.
Which is good. And I think we should do that more, like try different places, because sometimes you just go to the places that we like. That's it. We're used to it. We know what it
Yeah,
is.
but you know it's so good.
I know. Like, especially when we're hungry. I don't think we
Yes.
should try places.
Yeah, that's why I was so like starving yesterday. So
Yeah.
I was like, you know,
Literally, I
just-
went home starving and I didn't eat because it was too late. But I was like, I just ate there, but it wasn't fulfilling because it wasn't good food,
Yeah.
you know? Sometimes, even if it's small amount of food, but if it's good and like tasty, it
Yeah.
makes you full, you know, and satisfied.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
But that's what happened. And yeah.
Yeah, life is lifing and
Next week, we want to do food. We're going to do a mukbang and talk. I'm excited.
okay.
I won't eat that day till we record.
Wanted it to be a surprise, but we
Oh,
surprised you already.
This is already a surprise telling you at the end of it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And if
Stay
you are not
tuned.
here till the end, you will never know.
Actually, no, that would be cute because tell us what do you want us to eat?
True.
Anything halal, not halal. I meant like nothing
Nothing not halal.
not
It's becoming a full hour of us talking. Now the battery is going down.
Yeah, I realized.
Yeah.
I was like, what am I? Oh,
That's why we do a podcast together. So like if my sentence is not complete, she can complete it. If her sentence is not
I
complete,
realized
I can
that.
complete the
I
sentence.
realized that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's great because sometimes when we're talking, we're just like, you know, and the other person
Literally,
just
sometimes we
completes
say a
it.
completely wrong sentence, but we understand and we just move on.
Yeah, we're like, we got it. You'll get it later.
True.
The more you listen to us, you're gonna be one of us. You know.
So true.
So stay tuned.
For real.
Keep listening.
Don't forget to subscribe, follow us everywhere, and check out our shorts and reels on Instagram and here.
Yes.
We love you so much, and we will see you next time.
Love you. See you next time with
Bye
a
bye.
mukbang. Bye bye.